Hey y'all, Daniel Aaron here, your guide to vibrant living, and I got an exciting video for you here today. Exciting, maybe exciting, hopefully entertaining. Important though, like really important for you and your life. And to that point, here's the question. Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? I mean, not like, what the authorities or the government or the church or the parents, not, but you specifically, your original path. Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? Scale of 1 to 10, where are you? Come back to that. Now, as I titled this video for you here, what I learned at the Asylum. And just in case, to make everything clear, I mean when I was a patient there, when I was incarcerated there. I'll get to that in a second. First though, if this is useful, and if you even suspect it'll be useful, would you please subscribe, like, share? Let's get the word out into the world about having more vibrancy. And what I learned at the Asylum was the concept of Ikigai. Do you know Ikigai? Ikigai, Japanese word, and it's a little bit like dharma, if you're familiar with the Hindu concept. Like are you your unique path, the purpose of your life, why you are here on earth. And yeah, often it has to do with your work, right? Obviously Gandhi had a purpose, Martin Luther King Jr. had a purpose, not your purpose. And for all of us, we have a unique purpose, which is not necessarily about something huge like those guys I mentioned earlier. It might be to raise a family, it might be to create a business, it might be to walk the earth as a person of peace and bringing that energy wherever you go. Now, in the Bhagavad Gita, one of the greatest spiritual books ever from India, it says it is far better to live your purpose imperfectly than to perfectly live someone else's purpose. And in fact, it's the only way possible, because if we're really doing what we're supposed to be doing, we don't know how to do it yet, because we're here to grow and serve through our growth, to expand, for the divine to know itself more through us. So when we are living our purpose, a lot of the time it's going to be like, ooh, we're a little bit off course, we're adjusting, we're learning, we're expanding. It's challenging. Now, lest I make it too much of a cliffhanger, let me tell you what happened at the Asylum. Now, I tell the bigger story in another time. A miraculous, serendipitous, synchronistic, hard to believe, stranger than fiction series of events led me to go from a spiritual awakening to getting locked up against my will. Now, from the Western perspective, going crazy could have a lot to do with spiritual awakening. As Krishnamurti said, one of my favorite quotations ever, being well adjusted to an insane society is not a sign of sanity. Right? So sometimes waking up looks like going crazy from a certain perspective. That's a little bit beyond what we're here to talk about today, though. So real quick, though, let me tell you what I learned about Ikigai. I didn't know the term. I didn't know this intellectually at all at that point in my life. That came later. What I got, though, and this is when I went from being locked up to an outpatient therapy, and my intake process as an outpatient, I received an incredible quotation. The quotation, like I'm meeting this guy who's my, what do you call it, success counselor? No, that's a business thing. He's my main therapist. I don't know. He's in charge of the place, and we're talking about this and that. And I'm down with it. Like, I'm eager to learn and experience. I'm a fan of whatever works. Whether that's shamanic counseling or traditional therapy. If it works, if we get results and we learn and grow, feel more like ourselves, then awesome. So I'm well open. I'm having this meeting with him, and I'm admitting, something didn't go totally right. I just got locked up. So he says, no kidding, our job is to make you normally unhappy like the rest of us. This is how scared and messed up I was at the time. I heard him say that. Let me repeat it. Our job is to make you normally unhappy like the rest of us. He said that to me and I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I think I got a bit extreme. Normally unhappy. It was only like 2 weeks later I saw my friend Anna, great writer friend, and she's like, Daniel, I would be very careful of these people. And then it started clicking for me. Now, part of how I got to this video for you today is to 3 conversations in the last couple days. 2 with existing clients, 1 with a new client. Same issue challenge, looks different, same desires. The challenge, not doing what I really want to be doing. I'm not fully living my path. I'm not on task. I'm not living my dharma or my Ikigai. The result right now, a little dissatisfaction, a little bit of depressed energy, a little bit of lack of motivation, inspiration, even some frustration building, energy, vitality, vibrancy declining. And you know the story, it's cliche yet true. What happens when you put a frog in a pot of room temperature water and slowly heat it up? As compared to when you put a frog in a pot of boiling water, right? And boiling, jump out, this is okay. But if we slowly heat up, if we just get used to things in our life, if we tolerate things as being okay, as being normally unhappy, what's the result? Little by little, we are dying, right? Our energy is leaving. So, Ikigai, really quickly, and we'll say more about it another time, is like, I would say it's like dharma on steroids, like purpose on steroids. Because I don't like that on steroids. I mean, it's naturally making it stronger, taking it further, because dharma is like, what's your unique purpose? Ikigai says there is something unique to you that is at the intersection of 4 big and important concepts. At this intersection, right, is where your gift to the world is, your joy is, your purpose, your extreme happiness, bliss, contentment. Up here is something you're passionate about, something that interests you, something you want to be doing, right? Important, essential. Up here is something you're good at. You've got proclivities, you've got a knack for it. It's like you kind of learn about this fast, or if you don't learn fast, you've got so much desire, you keep learning, right? So we've got what you're passionate about, what you like, what you're good at, and then here's where it goes to a whole nother level. What the world needs, or in the sense of business for my spiritual entrepreneur friends and clients, what the market needs, what the world needs. So this is the thing you're passionate about, that you are kind of good at, and that the world needs. All these 3 things coming together, combined with, and this is where the Hindu concept is left in the dust, so to speak, what you can be paid well for, right? And I know a lot of us come from old stories about money and vows of poverty and maybe some unconscious beliefs about money and money is the root of all evil. No. We'll just leave all that aside right now and say, perhaps you just take it as a possibility that you deserve to be wealthy, to be well rewarded for what you want, not because money is valuable in and of itself, because it means freedom, and including the freedom to do what you want, to grow and expand, to give what you want, to help others more. It's a way of keeping score about the value that you give in the world, the amount of help that you give to others. So this corner is what you can be paid well for. You getting it? You see in the picture? The intersection is what we're after, what you can be paid well for, right? What the market needs, like something that's actually valuable, because everybody needs a need. Drop that in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. So, what you can be paid well for, what the world or market both need, what you're good at, what you got a knack for, and what you're passionate about, what you like doing. And here's my offer to you. I submit for your mature, spiritual, wise intelligence to consider. Only when you're in there can you really live to your potential, thrive, be happy, contribute. Only then can you be satisfied and say, I know why I am here on earth. And let me tell you, why you're here on earth is not to be normally unhappy like the rest of us. Please boot that out, because that is not what we're here for. We have so much more that is possible. You have so much more that is possible. Anything less would be a shame. Anything less is intolerable. Saith I. Tell me what you think. Please put in the comments. What does this make sense to you? Are you living in that zone? Are you missing one piece? Is that model missing something? What do you think? And with that, I'll wrap up. One other little comment, y'all. If you are interested in growing into your meaning and thriving on all levels, on creating a vibrant, fulfilling life and or business, and you might like some support, I have newly made myself available for that. And if that describes you, let's chat. Let's have a conversation. I'll put a link down below to my calendar. I've got a few spots open. I would love to connect with you if that's what you're looking for in your life. I'd love to be of assistance, be of support. We can chat. If I think I can be helpful to you, I'll let you know what the possibilities are. If I don't think it's a fit for either side, I will say, hey, here are some other possibilities that might be useful for you. Either way, we can have a good time and make sure it's super valuable and fun. And with that, y'all, thank you for being interested in the art of vibrant living. Thank you for listening. Thanks for sharing, liking, subscribing. I hope you are living with great vibrancy. See you next time. Aloha.